got a fun story here for you guys today. It's the summer of 2021. We're just coming off the end of COVID. Google has seen a massive increase in searches for how to get Zoloft, no borax, no glue. And seniors all across America are trying to convince their parents that Arizona State Online is a respectable university. But by far the most interesting thing that happened to me that summer was my house getting robbed. While I was in it. Without me noticing. Yeah, you guys think you're oblivious? See, the thing is, having ADHD makes me about as attentive as, like, a guard in a video game. Like, I'll hear a loud noise and I'm just like... Must have been the wind. So, let me set the scene here. I'm alone in my dad's house in beautiful, sunny Rhode Island. Not that I would know, because they stuck me in the basement, but I used to have a room, but my two half-siblings took it from me when they were born. I think their white mom must have passed on the colonizer gene or something. The basement was unfurnished, but it was pretty roomy, so me and the Babadook each had our own half. A nice little living arrangement there. Overall, I'd rate the setup somewhere between like Harry Potter's and like Charlie from the Chocolate Factory. So I was there, you know, in the basement on my computer, and like many of us here, was applying to NYU. When I suddenly heard a noise, which I ignored, obviously. But then a little while later, the internet went out. And I just want to pause here for a second, because this didn't really occur to me until after the fact, but who the fuck steals a Wi-Fi? Like they're trying to take somebody's water by stealing their garden hose. Like, buddy, that's not where it comes from. Going back to the story, at this point I wasn't really 100% convinced we were being robbed yet. It was in the phase of like, it's an hour past when your parents said they would be home, you know? And I have an uncle who still lives in the house because he graduated from Arizona State. So I figured it was probably just him. So, you know, I sent him a quick little text very casually. I was like, hey, are you in the house right now? And he so kindly responded by informing me that he was currently on vacation. In Africa! Well, I'll just fucking kumbaya myself then, huh? That one was a thinker. So at this point we were now in the stage of like, oh my god, my parents died in a car crash. And so I realized I had about two options. Option A. Put on a ski mask and pretend I'm also robbing. So, you know, you guys know that saying, lots of honor among thieves or whatever. And there was a lot of live, laugh, love imagery in the house, so it was pretty plausible that no POC lived there. But what I ultimately decided on was option B, which I like to call Operation Home Alone 7, trapped in white suburbia. And this is off topic, but I noticed this while I was writing that last joke. Am I the only one who didn't know there were 6 fucking Home Alone movies? What the hell is even the plot at this point? Kevin's old enough to be a millennial now, and there's no way he can even afford a house in this economy. But I digress. Fuck. ADHD, right? So anyways, I quickly got to work on this little operation and started trying to set up a trap. But instead of useful things like kerosene and a blowtorch, all I had to work with down there was failed New Year's resolutions and pictures of old exes. So I decided to opt for a more direct approach to the situation because right next to the Zumba balls and the gardening starter kit was a weightlifting rack. And so I went over there, I picked up the barbell, wielding it like a baseball bat, and I tiptoed over to the stairway like Tom or perhaps even Jerry. And I waited there. And I waited there for about 20 minutes before I realized that the robber wasn't going to be so kind as to be like, hey, I'm done robbing the house, you can come out now. Luckily for me, the stairway I was next to was no ordinary stairway. No, my friends, this was a stairway to heaven. Not only because at the top of it was a door that led outside, but also because if I fucked up this escape plan, I was going to meet God. So I readied myself, barbell in hand, and I charged up the stairs like a medieval knight going into battle, and I thankfully made it outside. To celebrate my victory, I was waving my barbell around in the air, Les Mis style, you guys know what I'm saying. And then of course the police were finally called. Yes, hello? There's a little black boy running around with a big stick. I think he's trying to murder somebody. Yes, please someone soon. So anyways, ACAB, am I right? Thank you, that's all I got for you. Now let's give it up for the next most likely member of stand-up to have the police called on them. It's Sean!